Tour is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Valspar Championship is about to begin. Luke Elvey here alongside Rich Beam at the Copperhead course at Innisbrook. Rich. Handy effort, that one. Second shot here on the first. Looks like they've got the 5-wood. We need this one to bounce right. That's an absolute ripper. What a shot. 11 feet to the cup.
A chance to get two back on the course here. This one for Eagle.
Oh, that looks like Seabiscuit in his prime. An opening Eagle to get the day started.
Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway.
That's a good-looking shot there. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
He's got, I'd say, a solid 145 here.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. Should find the green. Oh, that's a great shot. Tracking. Beautiful shot. Those holes right here at the third, Rich.
Decisions to be made. The fairway narrows up. Should you take driver out? Also the water on the right. So players more than likely laying back with some kind of fairway wood.
Yeah, that one will play. Going with the 6-iron here. That could play. That was special.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
And with that putt hold, it's back-to-back birdies.
So back, making it almost impossible to get it super close unless you have a perfect number into this par 3. Needs a little members bounce to the right.
Okay, that'll work. Ouch, that hurts. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hold. Yep, nice to make a mid-range par putt.
It is. Luke, I rarely say that par 5s on the PGA Tour are challenging, but this is definitely one of them. It's an uphill tee shot and a second shot that is downhill, moving from right to left. That's completely blind for these players. There is a tree about 100 yards out, which is going to be something they aim at when they lay up. Third shot, though, is very basic, down the hill to a fairly flat green surrounded by some bunkers. More than likely, most players are going to have to lay it up on this par 5.
Lovely. He's found the surface. Good chance here. Okay, steady now. Just a short putt remaining here. The leader now has a...
Amazing human being. The fairway tilts from right to left very significantly. Holding the fairway is almost impossible. Looking good.
Fair effort that. Good birdie. And that will take him to 5 under.
You know, Luke, this is sneaky hard, to be fair. You don't need driver, and so you might get lulled to sleep a little bit by taking 3-wood out just for position. Any misses to the right or the left, and you'll be blocked out by some pretty gnarly trees. The green tilts from right to left ever so slightly.
Paved the way for a Tiger Woods then go out and dominate, because golf was already on the radar. It just wasn't nearly as much on the radar as it is now because of Tiger. But I think because of what Arnold Palmer did, he set the groundwork for all of this. But in saying that, in the modern era, amaze me, baffle me, make me giggle a little bit, like, holy cow, this guy's Elvis. He's Elvis Presley. I mean, because Elvis was the biggest guy in the world as far as I could tell. It's mind-boggling how big Tiger Woods is in this game, and continues to be, and will forever be.
Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt.
What a putt. Started this perfectly.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And with that,
Somehow, with the driver, second shot is going to be straight back up the hill. And once again, with the pin position over on the right-hand side, players will be unable to see where their golf ball pitches. This is a quality par 4.
and playing this one from around 1. And choosing the 8-iron here. And hitting yet another green here. This one's looking good. And that putt will give them birdie number 6 on
Keep
the
their
day.
head down and keep going forward. Cannot think about that lead or people will pass them.
Now heading over to what was it like to play in the Tiger era? Just how dominant he was.
It was simply amazing. You knew that each and every week that he showed up to a tournament, you better have your game ready to go, because you was good enough to beat most everybody in those fields. Each and every player look at their game in a different way and try and dissect it in order to weed out anything that didn't really need to be worked on, and got them more specific in the areas that they weren't good at. Their deficient areas, whether it's the short game, the driver, the iron play, whatever it is. But Tiger really made you take a long, hard look at your game and figure out where it's at, because you knew that you had to be at your best to beat him.
That's not going to find the fairway. Nice recovery there.
Such soft hands.
Leading by 5 shots.
Iron or a hybrid for this tee shot here, Luke. Second shot, you're coming in with some kind of short iron to a green that's protected by a deep bunker in the front.
That was wonderfully done. From around 140 yards here. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge.
That dog.
Oh, that's frustrating. An opportunity to make a par here. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Opting for the hybrid, I think. You like that, didn't you? That's inside the range.
Just out to the right is ideal. That way it leaves an easier shot out to the left for your layup. The third shot will be going downhill to a green that tilts from back to front, guarded by a deep bunker over on the left-hand side. You find the fairway with your second shot, you've got a really good chance to hit your third in there close.
Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game, and again to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships.
It just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you know, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And you know, everybody else was just kind of sitting there in awe going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody, sure enough, that's what he did.
Oh, look at this. Right down the throat. Terrific shot into the 15th and a chance for...
Yep, tracking nicely.
That putt drops, and now 12 under par. That's some good golf right there. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Setting up here from about 150 yards.
This should play. Oh, what a
Surely it's going to.
just building upon his advantage.
Has got this thing dialed in here, looking good.
Oh, that was so close to going in. Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that. This one's for birdie.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
And that's for birdie. Well, it's also the final hole of the snake pit, and this one here has everything going against it.
Lay it back and you're going to have a long second shot back up the hill, but if you take driver and find the fairway, you'll be rewarded with a very short second shot.
Choosing the 9-iron here. Oh, almost went in. Hey, nice looking line. And as that putt drops to the bottom, Rich, they are now the Valspar champion. What a performance.
Yeah, what a performance, what a win. I mean, just this player was just amazing all week long.
That was an outstanding start by this player, Rich, and they've gone on to victory. What a way to win.
This player